video is on higher society, civilization, same as the last one. I really should have done this in the last one. It saved me some time and trouble, but right now we're going to do it in this one. This video is going to be on higher society, higher civilization, um, on what you would expect in a higher civilization, on why America is a trash culture, why we need a new trash culture, why America is a failed society, why the best we can turn out is not very good at all, and why we need to create a new civilization. And I'm going to start with, and first of all, let me start out with making my point that this is a trash culture and that the best we can turn out is not that good. My last video, someone pointed out to me that the president has all these statistics, all these merits, all these credentials, and how he's so smart. Well, that's the thing. They have all these statistics, all these credentials, and yet he's a blummering idiot. He gets much wrong. He gets a lot wrong. He's taking us into Syria now. We now know that Assad was not behind the chemical attack. John Kerry is supposed to be very intelligent. He was in Skull and Bones and all that, and he put his foot in his mouth and actually screwed up the establishment. They can't go into Syria now because he told the truth and told that they could just give up their weapons and that would be a solution. So now it don't look like they're going to Syria. So I mean that is good, but that was an idiotic move on his part. And you look at Bush and you look at the stupid shit he did. This is our society, and this is the best we're turning out. This is the best we can turn out, given the rules of our society, given our society standard, given the standards, the beliefs of our society, given the standards of our society. That's the best we can turn out, is blubbering idiots. That shouldn't be the best we should turn out. So we need a new society. And that tells me there is something inherently wrong with our society, that we need a new society. And I think part of that is architecture. If you look at our architecture, the way we build like insects, we build like bugs, we don't build like human beings. We build like insects build anthills. We used to build gigantic, beautiful buildings. Part of that had to do with the Catholic Church. We built beautiful, gigantic buildings, and part of that was to please the Almighty, or to please God. Now we don't do that. We just build many, many, many different buildings all in a row of identical, taking up miles of land, and they're only built based on productivity, and they're built based largely on cheapness and on like that. And basically they have nothing to do with beauty. They have nothing to do with what is the better building, and that's the same thing with entertainment. We make music on what will get most people to buy the music, not on what's beautiful, not on what's artistic, not on what's creative, not on what should be bought. And I think largely we make music based on crap. We make music based on, say, sex, drugs, and like that, and on violence. And we've created a very violent culture. And what all this has to do with higher civilization is, instead of building up, instead of creating more beautiful civilization and giving people higher standards to live up to, we're giving them lower standards. And we've given them the typical ideal fat man, like Peter Griffin and Homer Simpson and Al Bundy, and they're living down. The men are living down to that. They're no longer patriarchs, like you're talking about the patriarchy, everyone hates it. They're no longer that. They no longer live up to a higher standard. They live up to a lower standard. They no longer live up to Aryan man, regardless of how you feel about them or feel about Nazis. They no longer live up to that kind of standard. They live down, as far down as they can live, and they live like losers because you've shown this enough. That gets stuck in their mind. That's what they're supposed to be. That's what a real man is, and that's what they become. Either that, or they become that kind of Ryback, sort of bald guy with a bunch of tattoos and that kind of bullshit. So it's one or the other. They don't seem to really want to become a great, productive, superior member of society and really do something. And the women are worse. The women are the A.J. Lee, skipping around, sort of Lolita-ish, never growing up, dependent on the man, ultra feminine fucking idiots. So they're like that. And then you have the feminists who hate men, and they're just always bitching about something. So it's all this crap rolled into one. And that you're not living up. And if you look at the entertainment, I have no problem with sex, no problem with drugs. I support it. I've made that very clear in my belief system of do as I will. Aleister Crowley's motto, or quote, which was do as I will. Well, that's what I believe in. So I have no problem with sex and drugs. My only problem is that really the thing that you're going to sing music about it? Why don't you sing music about scratching your ass? I mean, is this something you do? Is that really the highlight of our society, is getting your dick sucked? Shouldn't goals of our society, the standards of our society, the highlight of our civilization and of the light or of life in our civilization? Shouldn't it be space travel and spirituality? Shouldn't it be higher level thinking? Shouldn't it be philosophy and poetry and art and like that? Not this how much money you can make and weed, which shouldn't even be something you even make a song about. It should just be legal and it should just be something you do. I drink all the time, but I see no reason of making music out drinking. Music needs to have something to do with the deeper characteristics of one's soul. Um, we make music just to make fucking music, and it's total crap. If you looked at Miley Cyrus, like I said, it's no longer cool, it's no longer edgy. That kind of thing's good once in a while. But it's gotten to the point where it's just stupid. And it's like with the Lady Gaga. I used to be a huge fan and supporter of Lady Gaga, and I used to be a huge believer in her kind of music. I liked it, but she's done that now so long, and she's done so much. She's left with nothing to do. The last thing she did was she put a a mask over her head with no eyelids, and she's walking around the street blind and saying hi to the wrong people. And then there's the meat dress, which I liked, and she should have stopped it there because that's about as good as she could have done. No, but even that was stupid. You're just putting a bunch of raw meat on yourself. And how wasteful is that? With children starving in Africa, you're gonna make a dress out of meat that they could be eating, and you're gonna make a dress out of it, just so you can wear it to some bullshit award show. That's not even about music anymore. I mean, it's fucking stupid. So we need higher level society, higher level thinking. We need to go back to some extent to the Dark Ages or to the Renaissance, really, and create higher civilization. The music we listen to now aren't going to be necessarily be Mozart or Beethoven, but it's going to be in the tradition of Mozart and Beethoven. It's going to be music like you would see with it's going to be like the music. It's going to be like the music you would see with Gothic rock music, the music you see in, to some extent, Lady Gaga even. But in Gothic rock and music like, I'm sure you've heard Radio Railroad, some of their music. The song like I played in the intro and I'll play in the outro of this video. The music of, for example, Nightwish, In Temptation, The Cure, even Marilyn Manson, Nine Inch Nails. A lot of that music, a lot of Gothic music, more operatic music, music that is not classical, but it's in the tradition of Beethoven and Mozart, and of that music that has a build, that has structure, that has instrumentation, instruments, not rap, not speaking. I like rap, but it's not really music in the traditional form of the word, and not this sort of sloppy heavy metal music, like, none of that shit. Real fucking music with real meaning, real philosophical meaning that deals with the higher things of life. That's what we should be doing in P666.